Hi everyone, nice to meet you. As it was mentioned, my name is Marius. I'm not Romanian, I'm Lithuanian, so we have the same name. Really happy to hear that. I'm running the Twitter MPU, as we call it. MPU, it means Mobile Performance Unit. And I have a global team which runs all the largest Twitter global mobile advertisers. And the gaming vertical is one of the largest one what we have. So that's why I see a lot of great companies with great products and a lot of information how to create the games. And I'll try to cover today how to market those games on Twitter. So covering a bit of the basics, what's Twitter about. I know that you know the channel, but just to giving our perception, our view about that. Also why Twitter is important for the gamer. And for the gamers and for the gaming companies. And then the third one, of course, show a couple of examples and try to explain that.
Thank everybody.
The Cubs win the World Series!
You know, we're more than 2 hours into the show and Donald Trump hasn't tweeted at us once.
Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Alright, so I showed this video just to give for you the overview as we see and how we position the channel. So basically the Twitter is everything about what's happening now. And whether it's the politics or music or the gaming or anything what's happening now, you'll definitely see that on Twitter. And we communicate Twitter not as a social network, as it was before, but more as a news channel or the open platform where you can get a lot of different information based on your interests. In terms of the product momentum, so we did a lot of investment into the product itself and also into product positioning, and we see a really great improvement that our daily active users growing constantly and already for the I don't know how many consecutive quarters. So that means that the product getting better, that people like it, and the usage increase. Why it's important to you or to the marketers or to those who are using the platform. So first of all, it increasing ad engagement. So better product, better audience, high engagement. High engagement, it means lower advertising costs for the advertisers. How we compare Twitter to other, let's say, social media or similar platforms. So if you look into this picture, so you have on top you have discovery mindset. On the left, you have a private life. On the right, you have a public life. So if you look into the Facebook, so it's a private life and it's closed platform. So you need to friend to get the information. Twitter is an open platform. So it means that people are coming with the discovery mode. They're not friending. They are not looking for the friends there. They are not looking for the nice, I don't know, cat pictures. They are looking for what makes sense for them. So as a next thing, I would like to give for you a bit of insight why we do see that Twitter is a great platform for all the gaming-related things. So, first of all, the gaming is a top category on Twitter. So this is only US data, and as you see, 25 million gaming-related users are only in US. So imagine the worldwide reach and how many of those are there. Only US users are bigger than NFL or 3 times bigger than NHL. So this is a huge amount of people. And again, if you're looking into the global data, it's significantly larger. We see that those users, they are power users. So they are constantly following, they are engaging more with the content. They are accessing Twitter on the mobile, it's clear. So, I mean, those guys who are really, really active on Twitter and who are spending a lot of time there, and if you catch them, you can expect a lot of viral effect out of those, and that's important for everyone. This audience is influencer audience. So that was one, let's say, note about the influencers, and for sure, like Twitter is the largest influencer audience, and 53% of those people are early adopters. And also 80% of those they having higher than average income. That means they can spend money and they can purchase your products. Also, we compare at almost every gaming category, and we compare the users on Twitter and not on Twitter on other platforms. So as we see from this graph, I won't be going into detail. And I will share my slides afterwards if you'd like to check more details. We see that almost every category, Twitter users are outperforming overall gaming users on any other platform. Also, Twitter users, they download more games. So here you see the different tiers of the people who are installing more than 10 games, 6 to 10 games, and 1 to 5 games. And you see that into the hardcore users, as we call it. So everything that's more than 5 games, then we have bigger audience on Twitter. And it means that our users are downloading much more games than average users on other platforms. And of course, what is most important, the lifetime value or the ROI. So that means that our users, they're spending almost twice more than on any other channel. And I will show you a couple of really great examples what it means to the game marketers. This was one very, very funny case what we did. So what we did, we launched a query and checked the activity of top 20 applications for 30 days. So what we saw, that there was 44 million tweets, organic tweets, not the paid media tweets, related with the top 20 application. So this is huge amount of the activities, and that means that Twitter talking about you even if you are not there. And to show for you a bit of a different insight, we track it also how this conversation, how all these organic tweets impacts on your user acquisition effort, and this is basically what we saw. At any point when you have the marketing campaign, whether it's the viral, paid, not paid, and or if someone is talking about you, you see immediate spike on the user acquisition. So that means if someone mentioning you, then someone clicking on that, going to the App Store and installing your app or purchasing your product. And those are not a couple of apps, it's with every application. So this is really great insight, I would say. I hope it will play the video.
I don't know you, Big Buffet Boy 85, but if you think you can humiliate me and take my gold, think again. Oh, I'm coming for you with lots of barbarians and dragons. I can't wait to destroy your village while you beg for mercy, but you will get no mercy. I will have my revenge.
Liam? Have a scone for Liam?
Over here. It's, Liam. You will regret the day you crossed Angry Neeson 52. Angry Neeson 52.
It looks so nice on the big screen, never saw it. But the reason why I was showing that for you, it was Super Bowl ad. It wasn't run on Twitter, it was the TV spot. But the thing is how it performed on Twitter even without being on Twitter. That we saw that there was about 240K tweets related with this ad, and it generated about 26 million organic reach inside the Twitter, even without any, let's say, paid promotion on the Twitter. So that's again only confirming the point what I mentioned. So a couple of points basically. First, your conversation in Twitter impacts your user acquisition or monetization efforts directly. So it means more conversation, it's more install, more purchases, and more revenues. So that's basically that was the first part what I was about to tell you about the Twitter. Now I will switch to the second part and more present you like technical possibilities and also the forms of advertising, what you can basically do on Twitter. So first of all, it's probably you are like early adopters and market professionals, and you know nothing new how mobile is important. So last year there was about 2 trillion hours spent, and it's going to increase almost twice in 2021. So if the usage or the hours spent on the mobile or also on the mobile games increase, it means the revenues also increase. But it's also posing a couple of challenges. So the biggest challenge is that to discover the apps and market those are really, really hard, just because of a couple of reasons. So first reason is that app stores are crowded. I mean, there are like millions and millions of applications in the app stores, and the discovery is just broken. Like, I mean, you can have the best marketing or positioning tools, but anyway, the big guys will win the game because they have like deep pockets with the cash. So it's really challenging. The second challenge is that only a few apps are used on a daily basis. So that means that you're using, like 10 apps, not more. And that means if you're installing the apps, so do you forgetting about that, or you deleting that, or you just live its own life when nobody's opening that. So it's challenging as well. How we see the key to success and to drive your bottom line in the mobile marketing. So first of all, we see that Twitter is a great channel to cover the complete funnel. So once you're talking about the creative awareness, then the Twitter is a great, and I will show some examples why. If you're looking into user acquisition and you would like to kind of drive acquisition at scale, again, Twitter is mobile. Twitter have really quality and premium audience, and is very good channel to do that. But where Twitter is the best is on the re-engagement and remarketing. Because Twitter is also owner of Mop-Up, so Twitter audience platform, as you call it, which has huge amount of inventory, and comparing Twitter is very, very cheap. So combining both the Mop-Up, the Twitter, and approaching the complete funnel, that's the approach where we are getting the best result out of that, and I will show you a couple of examples. So first of all, Twitter is not alone. Like, it's not Twitter, it's Mop-Up as well, and we are coming close to 1 billion users already, like Twitter and Mop-Up. So we can drive significant scale for you. This I mentioned already, that more than 80% are on mobile. So it's again, it is a mobile-first platform. People on Twitter are most likely to remember your message. And the reason for that is what I told in the beginning, that it's open-net platform, and our our users coming with the discovery mode, and they're looking for different type of the information. You can really acquire really premium audience on Twitter. We don't have any fraud. I know that's a big topic there, but that's really important that Twitter is a zero fraud platform. And you can acquire both the high quality users and also approach your existing audiences through the remarketing. So we see that almost 60% of the users have installed an app in the last month. And we see that on Twitter, it's 50% more likely that someone will make in-app purchases, and it's based on the different research data. So it's quite interesting to hear. Last but not least, in terms of the indexes, both the AppsFlyer and Singular Reports is showing that the Twitter is one of the top platforms in terms of the user retention and also the LTVs. So for the Android is number 2 in the world, for the iOS is number 5. And for ROI, it's number 2 in the average global and gaming and non-gaming. So really quickly, because I have only 10 minutes, so how to launch successful campaigns on Twitter. So we have, in majority of cases, we have 3 stages. So this is pre-launch, when you're creating the buzz. There is a launch, where you're driving like really high awareness and engagement. And then you have a post-launch, when you're involving all the performance tool set. So a couple of examples. Promoted video, probably nothing new, but you see how Fortnite is nicely promoting the upcoming news. And we do see that like video, as in any other channel, like really generate a lot of brand awareness, the message association, purchase intent, brand favorability, and other added value. This is really great format what we have. It's called Tweet Reminder, and you see how EA Sports uses that for the game launch. And you can do a couple of things. So it works as a subscription, let's say, and you can subscribe for a particular brand or the brand campaign by retweeting, liking, or mentioning something. So what it means in reality?
Sometimes the last shot.
It means that if I will
only
retweet
shot
this ad
you've
now,
got.
when the game will be launched,
This is the
I will
heat
get
to
whether
chase an NFL dream.
tweet, direct message, and this way I will be informed that it's already there. And you can use that in many, many different ways. So it works really, really great. This is exclusive format, calls First View. And it's 100% takeover for the one day in one given country. So let's say if you have, like, let's say example, Romania, you would like to cover the Romania. I know that's not so huge as other channels, but let's say if you want to, you can buy out all the unique impressions for one day on Twitter. And the first tweet, what the guys when logging into Twitter, they will see your tweet or your advertising, and it's 100% share of voice. So it's really working great for the product launches. Why it's so important? Because first 30 seconds. When you have like really in this discovery mode, and then you're losing your attention. So there's a concept called goldfish time span. So it's about 8 seconds, I think. So the human time span is shorter. It's about 6 seconds. So that's really, really important to catch everyone like as quick as you can. Video website card. So the difference from video is that you can click on that, and it's really great format because you can connect that to your landing page. Or you can connect it with the App Store. So that means when you click on the video, it gets docked on top of your application, and then below you can have a landing page or the App Store, as I mentioned there. So really, really good and improved user experience. We haven't had it before, so it's really it shows great performance. Do some more performance-based app install and re-engage forms. What we are using, so both static images or the videos, and like the regular ones or one-to-one. And of course, one-to-one performs significantly better. This is one of, let's say, beta formats, what we had. It's called Carousel. So, okay, it's running. So it is also increasing the engagement a lot. And as I mentioned before, so Twitter Audience Platform or the mop-up, it's increasing the reach quite significantly, and also it works perfectly on such forms of advertising as, let's say, remarketing, because there are a couple of ways how to use Twitter Audience Platform. So first, you can take the same tweet what you have on Twitter, and then just generate different mobile app formats as a dynamic ads. So it will kind of adjust into the specific placement size, or you can have a custom videos or the custom banners to do that. So this is an example how it looks like. But it's really important to use Twitter Audience Platform. I mentioned that before. It's the retention rate, because you hardly can find any application where you will have more than 20% retention rate after 7 days, and average is about 10 to 15 probably. So that means that out of 1,000 clients who installed your product, only 100 plus after 7 days continues to using that. And it doesn't mean that they don't want to use that. In majority of cases, they just forgot it because it's so crowded and it's so hard to find the exclusivity that it's really making it tough. Twitter is really great for the retargeting, and I won't be going into detail, but once we're building the clever remarketing campaign at scale and we're spending millions of dollars on that, we are thinking about the custom tailored audience scenarios. So, you know, when they install the app, how often they open it, how many times they open it, whether they did the purchase or not, whether it's the whale or just the average user. We can put that based on the ARPUs and other different things. So we're really investing a lot into that. Because as I mentioned, Twitter Audience Platform together with the clever remarketing strategy gives just crazy ROI. So I haven't saw that on any other channel. So it's really makes sense to try it. In terms of the targeting, so that's again related with ad targeting more or less, but it's also giving for you the understanding how you can use the channel. So first of all, the handle targeting or the user name targeting, and it works really, really well. You can target interests, so as in regular channels, and also the keyword targeting. What's one of the best targeting, I think, what Twitter has, because let's say if you have hyper-casual or casual games, you can target the keywords, your competitors, anything else what's related, and if someone is tweeting about that, for example, I played this game, I cannot crack it. So the next thing what they will see after that will be your ad. So you can really build clever advertising strategies, very, very similar as you do for AdWords search. Then you can target behavior targeting, the tailored audiences, the lookalikes, and overlay that with the languages, geo-targeting, genders, age, and etc. And also the devices, what's really important. So just wrapping up and to summarize, so we do see that the Twitter is really important as an influencer channel or as an organic channel, because the first part what I show you, you saw that if you are not on Twitter, if you don't have your username or you're not advertising, if you have great product, the guys already talking about that. And if you combine that with your presence and with paid media effort, you can scale this up like 10 to 20x. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing, it's really important if you decide to go into Twitter and to advertise there, to have a clever advertising strategy. So don't go just with the video, just with the performance, or just with the retargeting. All the time think how to launch the product, your product on Twitter. So that's exactly what I was covering. And if you're putting into really clever way, if you're planning the proper calendar for those events, you can really get a lot of organic or viral effect on top of it, and that means for you as a free money. All right, so that's how it looks like. Last but not least, why to partner with Twitter? So first of all, it's global reach and extensive scale, 800 million is what we have now, and it's growing. Then it's really receptive audience, which are coming into discovery mode. So really to find something what is new. It's really unique targeting signals. So it's really unique. And also the creative canvas, what drives the engagement, acquisitions, and the revenues for you. And what do you need to get started? First of all, you need to define goals and KPIs, so nothing new here. Set up mobile measurement, like maybe if you're running the mobile product, the Twitter is different from Facebook or Google, that it doesn't have its own SDK. It can be both good or bad. The good is just to launch the campaign, you don't need nothing. If you run Apps Flyer, Coachella, I don't know, like Tune or Adjust, you can just connect it with your account, post back the conversions, and you can run it. So you you don't need to put SDK and then go through the product update loop. And we have a plan, as we call it, 6-win scaling up plan. And it looks more or less like this. So in first week, we're really preparing the assets, doing the setup, and starting the testing the things up. Then on the second, we like starting to increasing the scale and coming to optimization was on the third phase. Then on the fourth phase, we starting to really optimize and scale this up. And as soon as we see that KPIs are in place, if we're hitting your CPI, CPAs, ROI, LTV, or other metrics, then we're starting to scaling that exponentially. And that's basically how it works. That's it.